So these pads came into my life just over 2 years ago. They're here. So this is going to be one of those how it started, how it's going kind of videos. Welcome back to Goalie Training Pro TV, and today I'm going to tell you what I love and what I don't love about my Warrior GT2 pads, which I've had for over 2 years, so this will be sort of a long-term review on those. If you are new here, welcome. I suggest that you hit the subscribe button right now so that you never miss a helpful video that's going to help you win more games with fewer injuries. If you've been following Goalie Training Pro for a while, you will know that I was a very accomplished road hockey goalie back in the day. I was pretty much the Ken Dryden of the Oak Park neighborhood. But I never actually had the opportunity to play ice hockey. There just wasn't ice hockey for girls when I was a kid. And I got to a stage where I felt that that was really holding me back on my exercise program design. And I've designed programs for Major League Baseball players, NFL football players, you know, without obviously playing at that level. But I felt that there were some deep muscles and some movements that conceptually I understood, but I needed to experience. You know how, you can do all the training, but there's that one little muscle that just is burning and it really holds you back. And I always loved goaltending, so I thought, hey, you know what, here's a great reason to get back on the ice in actual real goalie gear. You know, back in the day when we played road hockey, we used our baseball mitt, half the time a player's stick. My grandmother bought me a blocker from Canadian Tire once. I had the flat faceplate mask a la Jacques Plante. So it was pretty cool to get out. I got all used gear, like Vaughn pads with the leather straps. I even had a used chest protector, which is kind of gross, but I did. Used skates, used chest protector, used glove, used blocker, everything was used. So since I've started playing on the ice, definitely it gives me a much better appreciation of what are the limiting factors, what are the limiting muscles, where do things break down and go wrong on the ice. So, and that's translated into my program design, which is translated into better results for you on the ice. But it also still always, even stepping on the ice today with a full pad of ice all to myself, I still get that feeling of being a 9-year-old, waiting for the school bell to ring so you could run home, grab your baseball mitt. I did actually eventually move up from my Howie Meeker player stick to a wooden Sherwood goalie stick. Obviously wooden, all the sticks were wood. A Sherwood goalie stick, and we'd run to this guy's house. He had the flattest driveway in the neighborhood. His name was Glenn, and we would play road hockey until basically the street lights came on. So after 4 years in the used stinky set that would leave me smelling like a stinky boy for every day after playing hockey in it, I decided to treat myself a little bit. So I got these. So they are my very first, my only ever custom setup that I've ever had. I went with the Warrior GT2s. I go with an intermediate size because I go with a 31+1. And actually I don't mind that they're a little bit narrower because I feel like I can skate a little better in them without the top corners getting quite so hung up. For my blocker and my glove, I went with the G4. And I'm trying to remember why. I think I like the feel of the G4 better. Plus, I think the G4 glove has a removable palm, and you can even sort of change the angle, like get a different palm and change up the angle a little bit. So that's why I went with it. How much action do these pads see? Well, we've all, none of us, our equipment hasn't seen as much action as we'd like over the last few years because of everything that's going on. But typically I'm on the ice 2 to 3 times a week skating on them. I do take them on the pond sometimes. Sorry. But yeah, that's so sort of moderate use, not heavy use. I play very recreationally, so they're not, it's not like I'm practicing and taking shots from, junior or college players. I'm going to tell you first what I still love about them, and then I'm going to tell you what I don't like so much. First thing I love about them is the strapping system. It's so easy for me to get them just the way I like them. So basically, there's this calf wrap, and then the knee strap, so I can either bring it down here on the calf, which I always do, or I could option to bring it straight across behind my knee, which just always feels yucky to me. These come with a Lundy loop, so I always use that strap that goes through the loop on my skate and then snaps up here, and that's it. So super easy to get them on. My leg rotates in the channel nicely, but the pads don't feel sloppy and gross, so I really, really like the strapping system. And I like the fact that they come with all the straps you need. When I did a test drive on the Bauer 3X a while ago, I didn't love them. Part of what I didn't love is how they would sometimes land flat on the face of the pad, and then when I brought the strap behind my knee, I didn't really like that, and people were like, oh, well, Bauer sells a Professor strap, and you can go and buy that and add that onto your pads. Like, I don't want to buy more things from Bauer to make my Bauer pads work. I like that the Warrior comes with all the straps that I need. I like that I can adjust the height of the knee stacks, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I did shoot a video about it showing you how to do it. You can check it out here. But you can basically completely open up the knee stack, so this is the outside, but you can go inside and totally open that up. And I can add a shim here so that I can make my knee stack a little bit taller. I can add, which when I add a little height to my knee stack, it takes torque off my hips, knees, and ankles. So that's really nice. It also makes me quicker to drop into the butterfly because I have less distance that I need to cover with my knees to get my pads flat to the ice. We're not going to get ridiculous and, have a knee stack this big. And obviously if you're in the NHL, there's regulations, but adding that little bit of cushion, even as these pads get more used and that knee stack gets a bit compressed, I think I might add a little bit of a thicker one to that knee stack. These pads are super light, and so again, not being a super strong skater, especially in goalie equipment, the lighter they can be, the better for me. It makes me feel like I can move so much easier, so much more economical with my movements, so I love how light they are. Don't make fun of me, but this one, I like all the colors they come in. So they actually have lime green as a color when you order a custom setup, and I love that because I can get exactly the feel I like. Obviously, it's Goalie Training Pro colors, and that's what I was going for. To be honest with you, if CCM had a lime green, I might be tempted to get a custom set of the Axis 1.9s, but they don't. It's more of a forest green, which is a very different green. So thank you, Warrior, for making so many amazing colors so you can really put your own mark on the pads. I love the durability of these pads. So again, I mentioned how much I use them, moderate use, but I've had them for more than 2 years. I do take them on the pond, I do use them on my synthetic ice, and they've held up really well. Like if you look at the sliding surfaces, they're like it looks new. I got the weave on the inside, it slides really nicely, and there's really no signs of wear whatsoever. We look on the corners, where sometimes the stitching starts to go, and they're pristine. Down at where the skate interfaces with the pad, there's nothing. There's no wear and tear. The only place there's wear and tear is a little bit on the inside. Let me show you. There's a little bit on the inside right here. You can see where it just kind of looks fuzzy. And the same on the other pad like that. And so I think it's where the Velcro on my knee pads kind of rubs in there and makes that a little bit rough. Other than that, and all the puck marks from like the thousands of pucks that I just keep out in the net, they're pristine. I feel like these pads were made by actual goalies and they've thought of things like, hey, what would I want in a pad? Because I can adjust my toe bridge. Let's have a looky, Lou. So I use a Pro Lace, but you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I have it set inside a little bit. But I could have it in the middle, or I could have it set to the outside, so I can move the placement of my toe bridge. The Warrior pads come with an elastic strap that goes like underneath your skate at your toe and attaches. I really liked it. I had a pair of off-the-shelf Warrior pads before I got the custom set, and it felt fine. When I got these, I felt like the pad was over-rotating for whatever reason, and so I tried the Pro Laces, and I love them, and I've used them ever since. So I like too that I can use, the toe tie that comes with them. I could switch to whatever kind of off-the-shelf toe tie I want. I can change the placement of that toe tie. It gives me every adjustment that I would want. Comes with the knee pads. Warrior pads are designed to work with Warrior knee pads, so instead of saying, yeah, we designed them like that, but then you have to go and buy them, they just give them to you with the pads. I really like that. They come with a little carrying strap so that you're not like, you just snap them on and away you go. In terms of rebound control, I think it's typically operator error that gets me into trouble. I feel like they kick the rebounds out pretty far. And these, I think, are supposed to be like more of the hybrid pad. The G5s are supposed to be more of the blocking pad, but it kicks them out pretty far, which I don't mind. If I get the pad angled right, it goes right to the corner, right where I want it. I don't really want pads lingering in my feet or in my knees, so I'm good with that. I just need to make sure I put the puck where I want it. I mentioned it a little bit before, but the sliding surface, the weave, I've never put wax on this sliding surface, and it slides really well. Does it slide better than my CCMs? Definitely not better, but maybe as good as. Maybe not quite as good as, but it feels fine. When I'm playing a game, I never think like, oh, these pads need to slide more. So those are the things that I still love about these pads. In a second, I'm going to tell you the things that I don't love as much. But for now, I want to know if you're one of those people that likes to hold on to their gear, who wants to, I've got pads that I love and I'm going to use them till they fall into pieces on the ice. Or do you like to get new gear kind of as much as possible? Yes, please. I think I would probably get new gear every single year if I could swing it. But drop a comment below. Let me know where you end up in that debate. Now it's time to talk about what I don't like about them. And this is a little bit more about the glove. And it's been fixed, but here's the scoop of the glove. When I got it, it had a really janky pocket that I got fixed, basically replaced. I made a video about it. It's there. But it had this crazy pocket, and I got the double T glove, and it just never was open. Like, it would always kind of be wrinkled and smushed and mangled. It's a little ugly. Only a mother could love it. So I went to Source for Sports, and I got Jimmy down there to fix it all up for me. And see on the other side. He built me this beautiful pocket, and so I really like it, and it's been great ever since. But really, other than that, I'm super happy. I've told you before how I really like the inner calf wrap on my CCM Axis 1.9s. I really like that feature. I would love it if the next Warriors had something like that. I don't know why. It just makes me feel like my leg is, like the pad isn't flopping, but it still has good mobility. But that's just something I like about the CCMs that the Warrior don't have. I think if I got another pair too, I might try going with a 30+1 rather than a 31+1. That's what my CCMs are, and again, I feel like they're a little bit easier and more mobile for me, given my level of skating. And if you want to see the breakdown of all my current gear, what the skates are, what the chest protector is, what my neck guard I use, you can click here. I got it all there for you. So even after all this time, I still love them. I would still say I do to them. I don't feel they ever cost me goals against. I think that has more to do with my positioning and my speed and my fitness on the ice. And if you feel that way too, like, yeah, it's probably not my pads that cost me those goals. It's really, my goalie specific mobility, strength, speed, stamina, all of those things, then check out the links in the description. Download a couple of my free programs if you want. Those are great places to start. Or if you're more advanced, then check out the link to see maybe if we could work together and I could just design all your workouts for you. How would that be? Have you ever played with Warrior gear? Tell me what you like, what you dislike. Drop a comment below. And before I let you go, go, don't forget to hit that like button if you got any value from this video. That's my mission, to deliver value, maybe put a little smile on your face. So if either one of those happens, click the like button, I'd most appreciate it. Otherwise, I will see you next week at same bat time, same bat channel.